mercy.
It is now time for the Kingdom Touch broadcast. This broadcast is designed to present to America an expository approach to simple biblical truths. This is the evangelistic ministry of Pastor Z, the senior pastor of the Kingdom Church of Jacksonville, Florida. Come join Pastor Z with this week's broadcast as it features him preaching throughout the cathedrals of America.
The Spirit of God is the air that literally circums God. God's so awesome that his air takes on body. You notice he is a spirit, and a spirit got a spirit. That's Mr. Spooky, is a body having a body. You'll get it tomorrow. That literally the embodiment that God's so awesome that his breath takes on form. So he deposits the breath of God into man, and man becomes a living being. That the breath outside of his body is so alive. That his sum total is so awesome that everything that he released, that God breathes life. That's why I speak life to you, my brother. I speak life to you, my sister. You're going to make it. The prophet gets over him and breathes. There's some things in your life you need to just release life. I dare you to look at something that look dead in your life and say, you shall live and not die. I need you to walk into some stuff in your life and say, I speak life. Yeah. And something happened. Don't you know that baby got up and was hungry? But brothers and sisters, don't you know that what should have died in your life is now going to live? Don't you know that you've got the power in your hand? As long as you've got the promise in your life, that you've got the power in your hand to just speak a word to something in your life. You ain't got to accept what the devil has told you. No don't mean no when you got God in your life. I can always do it even if it don't seem like it can be done if God is on my side. And I got to leave you, Zion, because I can't stay long. But I wish you just reach over and tell somebody that said weeping may endure for a night. But tell your neighbor that joy comes in the morning. Tell him I've cried my last tear. I've sung my last song. I've had my last tear. That I understand what the word of God says. It said weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And I got to leave you, but I stopped by here to tell somebody that my dead situation is just asleep, but it ain't dead. And that many of the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord shall deliver me out of them all. Nay, in whatever state I've found in, I've learned how to be content. I've learned how to say that I'm more than a conqueror. I've learned how to say that I am the head and not the tail. I'm blessed in the city and I'm blessed in the country. I'm blessed. My family is blessed, and everything that's connected to me is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I'm going to be a lender and not a borrower. I'm getting ready to come out of where I am. I've been broke long enough. I've been sad long enough. I've been down long enough. I've been sick long enough. I've cried my last tear. I've dealt my last deal. I'm getting ready to be better. Tell your neighbor that better days are on the way. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Zion. Good morning. We've been made into it for a night, but joy, joy, oh, joy, joy, oh, joy, oh, joy, 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 joy. I still have joy. I got a feeling that everything is gonna be all right. I'm about to enjoy my own cooking. I can't fail with God on my side. Look at your neighbor and said, I got to keep it or do better. Weeping is over. Shine! Shine! Oh, joy, joy, joy. Grab somebody by the hand real tight and tell them failure is not an option. Look at them and tell them failure is not an option. Failure. Oh, this thing got to work out, because failure is not an option. This morning, I want you to understand one thing: that no matter what the devil throws at you, you don't have to accept it when there's a promise on the table. This woman understood that there was a promise on the table, and God has given you a promise. And as long as the promise is on the table, failure is not an option. I don't care if it dies in your arm, if it dies in your hand, if it dies on the field, if it falls out on the way to you, if it falls out in your lap, it doesn't matter. Because death and failure is not an option. We're going to do this again. Take a breath. Say, I breathe life in. I take life in. My dreams receive life. My desires receive life. I don't care if I failed before. I tried and I didn't do it. My dreams are filled with life. My life is filled with life. I shall live and not die, saith the Lord. Father, I pray all over this building that strength comes to the people of God. That where they have been weak, they become strong. Where they become torn down, build them up. I declare transformation. We know what you're able to do. We understand what your word has declared. And we embrace the possibilities of the promise. Devil, loose your hold. See, right now the promise is in effect, but the mind has been shaken. And I speak strength to the mind. And now mind, body, and life line up with the word of God.